It's been a while since my first baby essentials video, so I thought I'd share another video of my 1 year essentials. If you haven't seen the first video, I'll link it below, along with all the items I'm sharing. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm gonna start with clothing. I've liked to stick with really neutral colors and just basics. So these are just the onesie pajamas we used all the way up until I think 9 months. And they're great because they zip down from the top, but also zip from the bottom. And this brand actually has some really cute colors, just like oranges and whatnot. And then when she, again, I think was around 9 months old, we switched to two-piece PJs, and these, she's still in these. We have, I think, 4 PJs all together, and that doesn't seem like a lot of PJs, but it actually does work out for us. I don't mind doing more washing. So yeah, these are her PJs. And then clothing, again, so obviously not all of her clothing, but I did like to buy just some basics that she uses all the time. So like these little shorts, she wears these under her dresses and then sometimes just as shorts. And then just some basic t-shirts. These are great. She uses them, wears them all the time. And again, just like a basic dress. This is not at all of her clothing, but I think I'd have to do a separate video to show you her kind of essentials clothing. But these are the bare minimums that we probably couldn't live without. And she's had these forever. I think we got these ones when she was around 6 months. And a tip I would give is always size up. So Freya now is wearing, she's 14 months and she is very tall for her age, but she's wearing between 18 to 24-month-old clothing and even sometimes 1 to 2 year old clothing. So yeah, sizing up is a good idea. Then we have our shoes. So when you're getting your baby's first pair of shoes, be sure to get soft soles. It's not good for their little feet learning to walk, and hard soles. Also, your baby doesn't really need shoes until they're walking. I know a lot of people like shoes as accessories, but that wasn't for me. She's only ever had 3 pairs of shoes. So 2 like these, just different sizes. And then these little kind of like jelly ones, which I will definitely link because we get asked all the time where her shoes are from, and she loves these. So she started wearing these around, I think just at a year. She started walking at 11 months. And at a year, she was quite stable to wear these ones. So yeah, so I think these were from 8 to 9 months. Her ones in between these were from like 10 to 12 months, and then these ones from a year. Moving on, we have her swim costume. Oh, and her water shoes. Again, she's been wearing these from around 11 months. Once she started walking, she had a few slips on a tile floors and bumped her head. So I got these as soon as that happened. These have been a lifesaver, so she doesn't slip on the tile. And then we have this little costume. This had a top. I've misplaced it and I can't find it anywhere, which is killing me. But it was a long sleeve top. And that's great because babies can't have any sunscreen on until they're past 6 months. So I really recommend getting something with full coverage when they're below 6 months, just so they don't get any sunburn. But yeah, that has been fantastic. And then this is her new bathing suit. So it's above a year, but I wanted to share it anyways because I just think it's so cute. So I got her a 1-piece and she's been loving that. Again, a bigger size. So that's what I get her in this. I think this is 1 to 2 years. And then when she was little, she doesn't wear it anymore, but when she was probably around 6 months, she wore this hat and it's so cute and just great to keep, again, the sun off their necks and out of their face. Then we also used a swim diaper. I really recommend a swim diaper just because it saves you from having to buy reusable throwaway ones, disposable ones over and over and over again. And these you just chuck in the wash, and that's it. So definitely recommend one of those. Moving on to the diaper topic. We use both reusable and disposable. So we started out with disposable ones. We use the brand PureBorn, and we've never had any issues with leaking with these. They're super soft, and they're organic and come in like really cute prints. So we've loved PureBorn, definitely a PureBorn family. I think these are only available in the UAE because that's where they were founded, and in the UK. So if you're from the States or anywhere else in the world, sorry, you won't be able to get these, but we love these ones. And then for the reusable diapers, we use Nora's Nursery. These are really affordable, like super affordable. You get a pack of 7. They come with the liners. They're pocket diapers. So you put the one liner inside of it, and then the other one, we do like a double lining just because, I don't know if Freya's just a heavy wetter, but we found that they would leak otherwise. So she needs 2 liners, and then they're just super easy to use. You snap them on, and they come in neutral colors, which if you couldn't tell by her clothing, I'm a huge fan of gender neutral colors. But yeah, so we use both disposable and reusable. I would love to switch over to completely reusable someday, and maybe with our second baby we will. But for now, these are great for when we're home, and then when we go out or when she goes to bed at night, we use the disposable ones. So helping the environment a little bit at a time, not completely. Yeah. Moving over to bath time essentials. When we first started bathing Freya when she got home from the hospital, we used a sponge mat for her to lay on, and we used that up until she could sit up by herself. And then once she started to sit, instead of buying one of those things that they sit in, we literally just used a muslin washcloth that she already had, and I would just sit her on this to help her from sliding. I'm sure you can also get mats that stay in the bathtub, but if you want to be really, really just basic, you can use this. And then eventually she was able to sit by herself and doesn't use them anymore. So from 6 months, we used this guy. And then this is also her washcloth, which is obviously an essential. We have her muslin towel, which she gets obviously lots of use out of, and has a little hood with ears, which is so adorable. We have her soap, and we also have the shampoo for this. When Freya was younger, she didn't get bathed every day. Maybe when she was a newborn, it was probably every once a week, and then we were kind of every 5 days, and then eventually it was every other day. And now as a 1-year-old, she gets bathed every day pretty much because she's always outside running around and getting dirty. So she actually needs a bath. We have her brush for after bath time, and she has quite a bit of hair. So we've had this since she was a newborn. Definitely an essential for you. Toothbrush and toothpaste for when they get their teeth. Freya got her first tooth at 9 months old. So this little toothbrush and Jack and Jill toothpaste, which is a natural toothpaste. This toothbrush was actually just given to us as a freebie, so can't tell you where this is from. But I'm sure there's plenty of great toothbrushes on the market. And then for bath time toys, we keep it really simple. These are Mushie stacking cups. So those are fun to kind of pour over, and some of them have little holes. We also take these to the beach. These go everywhere, so these are great. And then we have loads of these little animals, which she loves playing with. She makes them kiss, and she has them drinking out of the water and splashing. And we have this baby elephant. How cute is this baby elephant? Anyways, so these are great. She has more of these around the house, but we use those for bath time. Moving on, teething. So once they get their teeth, or going to get the teeth, you're gonna need some teething essentials. We didn't really go overboard with teethers. Freya just wasn't interested in. From maybe like 3 months, but she wasn't teething. I think every mom thinks your baby's teething early, and some babies do get their teeth at like 4 months old, which is like crazy. But yeah, Freya only got hers at 9 months. But this Hakka toothbrush, which we've never used as a toothbrush, but Freya's loved chewing on it since she was around 3 months old. She would get so excited and then start shaking her arms, and it was so cute. So we actually had 2 of these, both gifted to us. One got lost, so we just had the one left, but we'd stick it in the freezer for it to get cold, and then she would just gnaw on it, and she loved this thing. And then we also have the amber teething necklace. Honestly, some people say it works and swear by it. Some people say that it doesn't work and it's nonsense. But the amber basically releases something to help soothe their aching gums. I will honestly do anything to help Freya when it comes to teething. So works, doesn't work, I don't know. It seems to work, I think, but it's also just really cute on her. So yeah, I would recommend this, but if you don't like them, then that's also fine. This is a Hakka, again, syringe. And the great thing about this is, one, that it's soft. And why I have it in the teething category is that sometimes babies get, will not be feeling well, obviously because of their teeth. And you may choose to give them some medicine. Now, we don't often give Freya medicine, only if it's like really, really bad or if she has like a really high fever. But I really would recommend this. It just makes it so much easier giving them medicine because it's nice and soft, so they kind of chew on it. And then it also has like a dual release. So there's 2 holes where the medicine comes out. So instead of like shooting them in the throat, it will kind of spread on either side. Yeah, so the syringe is a goodie. And I think that's all I have for teething. I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but we really haven't used all that much for teething. Moving over to play mats, or just mats in general, but starting off, we're gonna talk about the LovEvery playmat. Honestly, this is worth every penny. And I did look into other playmats, and for like similar prices, and you did not get all that you get in this one. I love it because it has different play stations. So which is great for like tummy time when they're little. Like this one's like touch, so all little different touch ones. Like a crinkle one, which Freya loved hitting her little feet on when she was younger. It's like a little peekaboo hide and seek one, and this you can put photos in. So this was great. It also has the kind of play gym arching over it with a little bell and ball, if I can remember correctly. And then there is a tent as well that comes with it. I have my favorite mats, the Gathre Mats. These are both for Freya and for me, I think. So we have the large one, which is the first one we got. And this was great because we put it over our jute rug carpet. So instead of having to get a different carpet when she started to learn to crawl, I put this down on the carpet every day. It also helped with spills. It was just a great play mat for her. We would take it as well to the park and take it to the beach and to the desert. So it's really just been a family mat more than a play mat. But really love it. It's a great investment. Would highly recommend. And you can basically spill anything on it and just like wipes up. Then we also got the smaller one, which we use under the high chair. But when it's just Freya and I going to the park, and if we're gonna have like a snack or a lunch, I bring this, and it's just like nice and small and compact. It can even fit into like the diaper bag. So those are our play mats, and we love them and use them all the time. Now moving over to feeding. So at 6 months, you're probably gonna be starting feeding solids to your baby. We did baby-led weaning, which I'm so grateful we did. And it was honestly one of the best decisions we made. So I'd highly recommend checking out baby-led weaning. I'll link a Instagram that I just love. It's called Solid Starts and it really helped us out. I also read a book on baby-led weaning, which I'll link below as well. But with baby led weaning, we started out with this little Mama's and Papa's chair. Someone actually gave this to us. They no longer needed it. And this was great for when, because we started Freya sitting in this at like around 5 months. And then at 6 months, she could actually sit up by herself, which is, they recommend when you start baby led weaning. So this chair was great. I could just put it on the counter and she could put her feet on the countertop and her food could just go on here. So this is definitely a good buy. We then moved over to the Stoka height chair, and we actually got a secondhand Stoka height chair, and I completely sanded it down and repainted it. So it was a little bit out of our budget at the time than what I wanted to spend on a height chair. So you can get them secondhand if it seems a little bit pricey for you. But everyone I've talked to says it's absolutely amazing because they just grow with the height chair. And it's been so comfortable. Freya can't climb out of it. And we have the tray to go along with it. So we love the Stoka. And then as far as plates and cups and whatnot, let's start here. So this is what we started out with Freya. Little glass cup. And yes, she did start drinking out of this and she absolutely loved it. It was so cute to see her so excited about drinking her water out of her little cup. And then this was her spoon, just a little like IKEA. Again, these are both from IKEA. This is just a little IKEA teaspoon. And again, like simple things around the house actually do work. And then this is a bamboo plate. It suctions to the table, which is really handy. Let's see, moving on. A bib. You're definitely gonna want a bib. Just a simple bib is great. This is silicone, so everything just wipes off really easily. And it catches quite a lot of food, even water sometimes. And then we were gifted the Easy Peasy baby led weaning set. So you have this little plate that also suctions to the table, which is really great. Like I said, you have a little spoon. And I almost wish we started with a spoon. Like just normal teaspoon is great and it does work. But this is great because it's like thick on the handle, and so it makes it really easy for them to hold. But either way, if you want to use the one that you have at home or buy a new one, they both work fine. And Freya was feeding herself probably from like 7 months old. We also have the Easy Peasy cup with a straw. This helps them learn how to drink from a straw, so I recommend this. Last but not least, we have Freya's cup. We take this everywhere with us. Freya drinks so much water. This has been great. We've lost the lid, and it's also just been dinged up like crazy because it gets thrown everywhere. But I love it because it keeps the water cold. The handles are easy for them to hold and drink, as well as it has a straw, so that's really good for them because sippy cups aren't actually great for babies. So if you're looking, and I know I did so much research and read so much up about it, go with a straw cup. So this one has been great. And that's it for the baby-led weaning feeding section. All right, so next up is sleeping. And if you watched the first Baby Essentials video, you would know that we used the Snuggle Me Organic Baby Lounger, and Freya took all of her naps in here up until I think she was like about 4 months old, 3 to 4 months old. This was really great. Another great thing to put in your registry to get someone to buy for you. But we loved it. It also has a cover as well, so you can chuck it in the wash, but this also can wash pretty easily if they do spit up on it, which they most likely will. Then Freya was swaddled. She loved a good swaddle. I recommend getting a nice big one. Again, I'll link this, but this is just super stretchy and soft and just great for swaddling. She had 2 of these, and 2 was enough for us. But she was swaddled up until she could roll, which was 4 months. And so then we did a slow transition out of the swaddle. So one arm out first, just during naps, then at nighttime, and then we did both arms out, and eventually we just got rid of the swaddle altogether. And then we moved over to sleep sacks. Now, sleep sacks are great because they can wiggle around in it, but obviously, unlike a blanket, they can't get it like over their head or it won't fall off with them at night. It just zips down. This one also has the zip at the bottom, so if you did need to change them at night, you could do that without taking the whole thing off. This was gifted to us, and we had one before it, but it's, I think, cotton and just really nice and breathable. She's almost grown out of this one, so we're gonna have to buy her another one. So we don't have a crib. We decided to go straight with a floor bed when Freya was born, although we only started using it when she was 4 months old. So when she transitioned out of the Snuggle Me, we transitioned her into sleeping and taking her naps on her floor bed. And then at 6 months old, she started sleeping at night on her floor bed, but we still continued co-sleeping. I put a mattress down here and then I sleep on that mattress, but I usually end up in her bed with her, or in between the cracks of the two beds. She wakes up a few times at night, which is totally normal for babies to wake up at night. And I nurse her back to sleep. It actually works really well for us. I know co-sleeping is not for everybody, but I personally love it. I thought I would be done at around a year old, sleeping in her room, but we're both just not ready for that transition yet. So we'll make the transition when we're ready, or maybe when we have baby number 2 coming, which hasn't happened yet, but hopefully that will be soon. So yeah, that's her and our sleeping arrangement. Next thing would be a bouncer. Talked about this in the first Baby Essentials video. Love the bouncer. I know some people might not find it an essential, but we did and we loved it, and I actually brought it out for this video and she got so excited. She was sitting in it and bouncing on it, so I don't know if we'll be putting it away, but I think we used it up until 7 or 8 months old. So definitely a good investment. We got ours secondhand, so the secondhand market is great. You can get a lot of baby products, and this way I think we got like a quarter of the price for what it was brand new, and it was basically brand new. So we love that. And then a walker. I don't actually have her walker in here, but we have a walker we got for her. I think she actually got it in December, so she would have been about 9 months old. And she started taking her first steps at 10 months, so it's a really good age to get her a walker. It's actually a big wagon, and the reason why I went with a wagon was that she could use it as she gets older and no longer needs it for a walker. So it kind of has dual purpose. She loves putting her stuffed animals in there and her babies, and she pushes them around. So it's been really good. It's also not like easily tipped over. I know some can be a bit flimsy. This one's like really, really sturdy, so she can push it around the house. We even took it for a walk a few times, and she just walked around like when she was like, I think 9 to 10 months. So yeah, so she started taking her first steps at 10 months and walking at 11 months. So quite an early walker. But I think definitely recommend some kind of walker for your baby. This one has been great for us. Okay, so let's talk about diaper bags. Now, if you remember, if you watched the first video, I was using a tote bag that I just had around the house. And this honestly was great. It was big enough. I didn't need that much when we went out. And for the first few months, because Freya was born during the pandemic, we didn't leave the house all that much in the beginning. But this worked perfectly for us. You can also get inserts to go in them. We never ended up doing that. I don't think we really needed it, but you can do that. So this was just an old tote bag I had laying around the house. And then I did end up getting a diaper bag. So when Freya was, I think 10 or 11 months, I decided to get a diaper bag. And the reason I did was because of all of her snacks and all of her food and all the things we just ended up having to pack. We ended up having to pack more things, and I was like, okay, that bag started getting crowded, hard to find things. I was like, I need to simplify things, just make my life a little bit easier. And I also thought, because we're trying for baby number 2, when you have 2 babies, a bigger bag that's more organized is definitely going to be helpful. So thinking about the future, I got a diaper bag. I caved, guys. But this is a pretty nice diaper bag. I caved for a good one. So this is the Hakka Pod, and I really like this style. Again, I'll link it in the description. But this one can be a backpack, or you can pull this strap up and you can use it as a satchel, like that. or you can just hold it by the handles. So really versatile. Love the big pockets in the front because you can put your you can put your phone or your wallet, whatever, just in these little pockets here. And then zipping it up, zipping it open, it has lots of pockets in here. Comes with a changing pad, as well as these really handy little pods. So this pod, for instance, has some change of clothes for her inside. And then this pod has some snacks inside. It also has this little clip so you can just easily clip it onto your pram or your stroller when you're going out. So I really like this brand. I like nice neutral colors, obviously. So I would recommend it for sure. We've been using it for the past, I don't know, 4 or 5 months now, and it gets a lot of use and I really enjoyed it. So Pack-A-Pod is definitely a winner. And then for our kind of travel system essentials is, firstly, we have the Uppababy Vista, and that's been really great. It's grown with Freya. So we first had the bassinet when she was just a little baby, and then I think around 2 or 3 months we moved over to the seat. I love that the seat can go forward facing as well as rear facing. So if we're at the shops, I can have her facing me, and I can see her, or if we're going for a walk, I can have her forward facing, and then she can see the birds and the trees as we walk. I also love the massive basket in the bottom. That obviously fits my diaper bag nicely, as well as like groceries or bags or play mats and toys and balls. It just fits everything. A big basket, I feel, is such an essential. And we use that pram constantly because we're almost daily going for a walk to the park. So I really love it and would definitely recommend it. And then one of the reasons we got the Baby Vista was because with planning for baby number 2, knowing we wanted to grow our family, that can actually turn into a double stroller. So if Freya still needed a seat, baby wouldn't kick her out of her seat, and any future children as well. It's held up really well as far as like dirt and stains. It has a few nicks here and there, but overall, everything we put it through, it's held up pretty well. So yeah, that's the Baby Vista. Now car seats, we went with the Mesa car seat, which goes along with the Baby Vista, so it clicks in right in place. Now I did debate whether to get the Mesa or to get a car seat that would grow with Freya from the very beginning that stayed in the car. And I was going back and forth, but I'm glad I actually did get the Mesa because it was so convenient to pull Freya in and out with the car seat instead of having to take her physically in and out of the car seat. So when we were home, I could put her in her car seat and then put her on the pram and then take her to the car. It's not a necessity, but it is really, really useful. And then moving over to her next car seat, so she grew out of that one. I think she was probably around 9 months old, where I was just getting a bit snug for her. Again, she is quite tall for her age. So we went with the Joie, I think that's how you say it in French, car seat. And that has been amazing. We went with a 360, so it spins towards you. Yeah, I really like it. Bruce really likes it. It makes it easy to get her in and out of the car, just swiveling it towards you. It also has an option to recline. So when I know she's going to be falling asleep in the car, I can recline it for her. It does grow with the baby as well and will eventually be a forward-facing seat. But I am trying to hold off on doing that until Freya is older. Fingers crossed we can get till 3 or until the weight that is recommended to switch over to forward-facing. But yeah, it's been such a nice car seat and I'm so glad we went with it. Okay, so I wanted to touch quickly on items that we didn't use. Some of these items I talked about before, some of them I didn't. So let's get started with the first thing. A soother, binky, dummy, pacifier, whatever you want to call it. We never used these. We tried. It wasn't for the lack of trying, but Freya just did not want to take it. I tried so many times and she was just not interested. So we leave the old ones around just so she can like play with them with her baby dolls, but that's all their use they're getting now. Guys, this one made me so sad. Wraps or baby carriers. Freya did not want to be put into baby carriers. She did not like them at all. This is the beautiful Wild Bird sling, and I was so excited to be carrying my baby around in it, and she just cried and cried and cried. And also because she was a pandemic baby, we didn't have to leave the house all that often. For the first few months, she was born during lockdown, so it just didn't have the opportunity to use it. I think with a baby number 2, we'll definitely be trying harder to use a sling because there'll be Freya to run around after. So I think with second child, this will get used. So I'm holding on to it, holding on to hope that we still can use it. Okay, the third item is a nursing pillow. I thought, like, of course I'm gonna need a nursing pillow. Like, obviously everyone needs a nursing pillow, but I just never used it. I think I used it twice and that was it, guys. So nothing against this one. This one's by Snuggle Me Organic, but I just didn't find any use out of it. I didn't find that it made anything easier. So I don't know, maybe borrow someone's nursing pillow before you buy your own. I know some people swear by nursing pillows, but for me, it was pretty much useless. 2 things that we never bought and we didn't need was a walker and a exerciser. So the things that they sit in can like spin around. We didn't buy them. I was tempted to buy the saucer just because it just seemed like it would make life a little bit easier, but turns out I didn't actually need one. There is studies showing that they're actually not that great for babies. Walkers don't actually help babies walk. They can even delay them from walking. And the saucers can actually do damage to their hips. So I would do research before buying them. Now, mamas, if you have multiple babies, I get it. For your sanity, sometimes it's easier just to pop them into one of them. If I was to get one, I probably would get the saucer, the extra saucer, just so they're not walking on their feet, they're just kind of standing there. But if you are gonna use it, they recommend only for 30 minutes a day. So again, always do your own research. Don't rely on me over here. But yeah, we didn't need it. We'll see about baby number 2, but right now it's a no from us. A topic I didn't cover in this video, and it's a pretty big essential, are toys. But I thought that could be a whole nother video on its own because it's a pretty big topic. So let me know if that's a video you'd like to see and I can make that video for you guys. As well as let me know, what are your baby essentials? I think that's gonna be it for me, guys. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you wanna see more of my day-to-day life with Freya, you can follow me on Instagram. All right, I think that's gonna be it. Hope you're having a fantastic week. Bye.